Works pretty easy. Push it forward and it disengages. And you just lean it forward. It's pretty sweet. Before you lean it forward, it's got this little bracket on it. You pull out and up so it can sit on your deck without damaging it. A lot easier to do from the boat. But that's what we're installing today, boys. I just put that one on. Boys and girls, I should say. Just put this one on. We're going to go ahead and do the other side and show you guys how it's done. Sweet attachment for the Talon so you guys can get underneath bridges and into your garage. Alright, so in this video, you're going to need a couple Allen wrenches, Phillips screwdriver to be able to take the top cap off. I had a flathead screwdriver to be able to pry the track out, the wire hidden track deal. 13mm socket, or 2 1/2-inch sockets, I mean, and a 9/16 socket. So we're going to remove the Talon first. We're just going to loosen it up enough to lift the slide up because it's already been installed on the boat. I'll put that video right up here on one of the tags here, just in case you've never installed the Talons before. That way, if you're doing this all at once. I bought the swing bracket just now. I've had the Talons for about a year. So we're going to lift those up. They just slide out 4 bolts real quick, 9/16 wrench or ratchet. We're going to lift the Talon out, kind of lay it on the deck, and then we're going to take the old bracket off. It's held on by 4 screws right here. We're going to take those 4 bolts out, and then we won't need those bolts anymore because it comes with 8 new bolts to be able to do the swing bracket. So we're going to show you guys how to install this. Like I said, we got a stop set screw here. We don't need to remove that. We're just going to loosen this up. I do have a zip tie from when I ran my wires, so I'm going to go ahead and unclip that. And then this is just going to lift out. All right, simple as that. So now we're going to pop off these 4 bolts. I found this bolt one day, so I just threw it on there just for a place to store it. But that was the 9/16 to remove that. To remove these, we need a 1/2-inch deep well and a 1/2-inch wrench. So once you get the bracket off, you're going to reuse this part. Very important, when you're doing this part, that you actually swing it towards the front of the boat and don't accidentally mount this backwards, because then it's not going to swing up all the way. So it's got to swing up like this. Comes with a skinny flat washer, a thick flat washer, a locking washer, and a bolt and a nut. So you take the bolt and the flat washer, put it on, and you're going to go through the hole of the plate, like so. And you come back with the thick washer, the locking washer, and then your nut. And it mounts right to where you just disconnected from. So now that we got those 4 bolts in, we're now going to mount the original bracket to the swing bracket. Okay. Got the bolt and the flat washer, the thin one. I'm going to slide that through towards the boat, towards the bracket. We're going to put on the thick washer, then locking nut and nut, or locking washer, nut and nut. Let me rephrase that. The bolt goes underneath facing out, so the nut should be on the outside, so that way it can shut all the way. Alright, so that's basically it. Now we're just going to slide this back in to the slide. Got that slide started. Plastic washer, you want to make sure it's in between the talon and the bracket. Come Once you get that tightened down, tighten your 4 screws back down. Make sure you check your torque specs. I haven't checked that yet, but I'll make sure I check them with a torque wrench. But that's basically it. We'll tighten it. Okay, we want to make sure they flip forward. They do. Before we wire off or tie off our wires and put everything back where it goes, we're going to flip it forward and remove the cap. And then we're going to put in our little stand bracket here. So I'll show you how that works. It's spring loaded, so you just need to loosen it to where it's almost going to come off the threads. A couple turns on so you can slide it down in the track. Same thing with this one. Alright, so we're going to push it forward. We're going to take the top cap off. Make sure when you do this, if you haven't done your wiring yet, which I haven't, make sure you're not going to pinch your wires. Set it down easy because it's probably going to sit down on your boat. You don't want to damage it. And this top cap, I've got the Russell Marine Products light, which it just snaps right on, so you're going to need a flat bait screwdriver if you have this light. And then there's just 2 Phillips screwdrivers, or Phillips head screws in it. Pop that strip out. This one goes on first, and it's going to swing up to it. So slide it in there like that. This one's going to swing up to it. And then mine on the other side is basically flush with the top when it's folded up. Right about there. And tighten that down. That needs to be able to snap in like so. And you're going to tighten it down. Okay, so now when you pull out, flip it forward. Should rest up like so. I actually want to go down a little bit further because I'm only like a 1/4 inch off the deck, so I'm going to adjust this down just a tad. Which means I'm also going to have to adjust this one down. Right there. So that's basically it. Now they're attached, we're going to put this back on. cap snaps back on. There's a little wire track going on the side of that. Just got to make sure that you don't pinch the wire in the top of that cap there. So there's a little track. I'll flip it up and try to show you guys. A little baby track right here. Just kind of show you. Okay. Little track right there that the wire runs through. You gotta make sure the wire's in there before it snaps down. That way you don't pinch the wire. But that's the swing bracket there. There's the flip lever. You just push it down. 4 bolts that we had to loosen to get the Talon out. The 4 bolts that we had to tighten in. Like I said, bolt going out. And then on the other side of the bracket, it's bolt going towards the boat. I'm still going to remove those and put the Loctite on. But that's how the system works. Now I just got to get my wires ran where they won't get pinched. Zip tied off the way I like them, and we'll be good to go. All right, Bass Nation, thanks for tuning in to how to install Talon flip mounts. So these are the 15-foot Talons, Eagle Talons. They make them in, I believe, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, or 6, 9, 12, 15. If I remember right, I bought the 15s. They technically, when you order the bracket, it doesn't say it fits the 15. So I gambled and got the one that said it fits the 9 and the 12. All the bolt patterns line up fine, so I don't see why it won't work. We're going to test it out. My only worry is it's a little bit heavier Talon, so maybe in rough water, maybe the spring or whatever is not as strong. So we'll see. Hopefully they never flip forward going down the water, but there was nothing on Minnekota's website about having 15-foot Talons with a swing bracket. So we're gonna do a little gambling and see if it works out this season. So follow me on the road to the Bassmaster Opens this year. We're going to Central Division, trying to get the boat all in order right now. I've got the new graphs on it. I've got to organize with tackle. It's the front deck's loaded with boxes. I got to get everything organized, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Do not forget to hit that notification bell down right here. We'll see you soon.